sympathetic to anybody that's calling for self-determination. I had lunch yesterday with some gentlemen that came. One of them drove 21 hours to have lunch with me, and they believe that the Nigerian regime is evil, that the contraption that was thrown together by the British to fail, designed to keep people down, that's been held together by blood. They believe it needs to be abolished and redone and give people self-determination. They were Yoruba people. They weren't Biafrans. I support any movement that wants to bring about a righteous regime change and bring true self-determination to the land that's today called Nigeria. The most prominent and outspoken of those, of course, are the Biafrans. And you know what? The 3 million starved to death in the 2.5 years at the end of the 1960s has never been reckoned with, never been acknowledged, never been paid tribute or honor by the world. You know, the Jews lost millions in World War II, but they have memorials, they have monuments, they have their own land. But the Biafrans, the Igbo, literally decimated. I mean, more than decimated. Estimated as 1 in 10. I believe it was 1 in 5 that starved to death, mostly children. The casualty rate was 1 to 100. 100 Igbo died to 1 federal soldier. 100 to 1. Perhaps the worst in history. But it's erased from the history books. So yeah, they certainly have grounds to be the loudest and the most.
Yes, I can tell you, thank you for joining us today. It's already one of the interesting moments in terms of the Biafran struggle. The historical background I actually want to give here is bordered on the recent developments. Not about Israel. I want to say a major breakthrough there in the Knesset parliament, in the Knesset parliament of Israel, where that we had a series of highly diplomatic engagement to push the Biafra struggle. And in my previous video, I told you a lot about what that push diplomatically with Israel is all about. But before that time, let's have a historical background that can help us, distinguish between the historical Republic of Biafra and modern political movements that advocate for Biafra self-determination. You understand what I mean? A historical Republic of Biafra, and what we need to have the 60s, 70s, or thereabout, and what we have now. What we are having now is based on the standard of the international law. Yes, that has set aside, what you see that's been playing out around the world today. But the interesting part is that after that breakthrough in the Israeli parliament, we noticed, recently that thousands of hundreds of top American citizens, inflation, figures, policymakers, background American think tanks have continued to, flood, IPOB headquarters. A lot of people does not know where IPOB headquarters are located, but I can tell you where IPOB headquarters are located. But before we come to that, I want to say it very clearly that there was a statement made by a former U.S. mayor, Mike Arnold, who has come out publicly. He has shifted from what he used to be before, and now said clearly that I am declaring a full support for self-determination, self-independence, sovereignty of Biafra, and that a lot of Americans, like diplomats, former diplomats, like the likes of Mike Pompeo, so many of them, has declared their interest, and one of the people that we don't know, a lot of people don't know that is behind this thing, is one of the congressmen they call James John. And we noticed a few days after the visit in Knesset, Parliament. We a lot of Americans as citizens, top citizens, influential, businessmen and other have sensed that Biafra is around the corner. So we witnessed a lot of things. But the most surprising thing is that, where American citizens are flooding, IPOB headquarters, we noticed that, the same thing is being done in Germany. Yes, that's where IPOB actually have their headquarters all over the world. But I won't want to mention, the particular place in Germany, But before we come to that, there's what is actually going on now from the revelation of a visit to Nnamdi Kanu. We understand that Germany also sent delegates to Sokoto prison to meet with Nnamdi Kanu, and those delegates have already visited Nnamdi Kanu and have, what they discuss is in what I can tell you that there is something that is going on. For people who does not know, Germany and Finland have the same background check on anything that has to do with human rights. That means they are defenders of human rights. And that's one of the reasons why, the Finnish government are in trouble today over Simon Ekpa. Then, secondly, now the German, they have president, they have a chancellor. The German president is the head of all the states, maybe like 36 states is the head of the state. But the real actor there, the head of the government, is the chancellor, which is called Friedrich Merz. That's his name. He's the head of the government, while the president is Frank-Walter Steinmeier, head of this thing. Then, if these people can allow the IPOB to establish their worldwide headquarters in Germany, it tells you a lot of things about what the German are about to do at the moment. Because we are just, it was a breaking news, and now people are trying to find out, who are actually these people that actually stormed, Sokoto prison, and from what we are hearing, the delegates they actually sent there, it came up with a very cheering news about Nnamdi Kanu coming out very soon, any moment from now, and that there is this federal government recent push deal to Nnamdi Kanu, and we are hearing that Nnamdi Kanu has already, rejected, that, deal, and what is the deal all about, apart from how they are going to persuade him to, call all these world structures to order, and because they have tried to penetrate the DOS, the thing is not working the way it is now, and they met a lot of resistance, and before you know it, in less than 4 months, there's already a global, push. Not this kind of, engagement with international community, heads of state, like what we are hearing now about Germany entering into the Biafran struggle, and telling you that they have met with Nnamdi Kanu, their delegates have met with Nnamdi Kanu in prison, and guarantee that Nnamdi Kanu is safe and in high spirit, and is very soon he will be released. But they didn't give us the details what that actually means, because I'm still telling you that in preparation, there's a lot of countries now that have seen the handwriting very clearly, and what the international law says, and before you know it, it has ignited a lot of another fire at the end of the day. So what it means is this, very clear. The delegates from Germany, visiting Nnamdi Kanu and coming out to tell you that Nnamdi Kanu will be released very soon. It's still, in preparation, because government talk to government, and where we are having this is that, like I told you, the IPOB still have headquarters, missions, they call it missions, in United States of America, in United Kingdom, and other countries around the world. That means they have established, diplomatic missions around the world. But the notable ones that, the one we just witnessed in America just recently, that a lot of American citizens have started, flooding, IPOB headquarters around the world, including Germany and all, what that seems is that, they have come to identify, with what is about to happen. We don't know why the recent surge, flood of members especially the one we had in America and the recent one in Germany, where the IPOB headquarters all over the world is located in Germany, and there's a reason for that. Then, when we come to that issue of IPOB, doing this push recently signifies what is about to happen. But on that note, now we just learned that the Sultan of Sokoto and Bola Ahmed Tinubu, also prepared a kind of another presentation for Mazi Nnamdi to accept the deal they have presented to him, and one of those deals will not be a surprise to a lot of people. The Sultan of Sokoto, from what we heard, is ready to siege a land that is close to 10 oil wells, and including the planned relocation of the gas in Imo State. Imo State have the largest gas in the world, reserve in the world, running into metric tons. Now they are planning to relocate it to rivers or thereabout, River State. These are the things that have been going on, and on that deal will also be stopped. And Bola Ahmed Tinubu is also offering amnesty for him, and which Mazi Nnamdi Kanu resisted. Say, I am not interested in that, and I have told you, and you can see for some time now, the issue of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's appeal has been put on hold. And because of the international engagement that is going around, the world, that is likely Nigeria is not going to, survive it. And based on the global decision now on Nigeria, of course, you can see that America, that's what I've told you, America have cut off every aid to Nigeria today. Every support, every money that's supposed to be given to Nigeria, as an aid has been shut down completely. And they are now sensing, the globalization and the international attention Biafra is getting all over the world, and they are trying to see how they are going to, get Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to the table immediately, bring him, So they went there, they went to Sokoto, and with some northerners and all that, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu received visitors all over the world on daily basis. So how come such a person is a terrorist? On daily basis. Every day, people are entering flight from Italy, from Sweden. Look at what the Swedish government also did. The same thing. All over the world, UK, America, Germany, Spain, all over the world. People are flooding, the Sokoto prison or wherever they have kept him, at this moment, and to go and see him. That recently one of the warders in Sokoto prison, resigned his appointment, that he cannot stand and be seen Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That from what he has gathered, I have seen about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, having met him on one-on-one, they start together and all that this guy, he does not deserve to be here. He resigned. The warder resigned. Then that his resignation. I'm not working again. So you can imagine that, what is actually, going on. I think it's a big sharing news. Yes. What have happened since the beginning of this very month, since the beginning of this very month. This is July, we are talking about, since the beginning, has been very outstanding, has been very encouraging on the struggle to recognize Biafra. Like I said, about the international law, and I keep on saying it. The United Nations Charter guarantees self-determination. There are other agencies under the United Nations that also signifies that. But what the government are trying to do now is, since Nnamdi Kanu is rejecting every offer that has been extended to him, some land that somebody, even one of the rich men in the north, plan to give Nnamdi Kanu 500 billion, and he rejected it. 500 billion, he rejected it. We don't know who that northern businessman or politician is, but that was already, in the record as been, reported. So you can see that all these agencies now, United Nations is just keeping, waiting because of Amina Mohammed, whose tenure is going to elapse by December this year. But the whole thing now is that there's a lot of things that is being pushed within the United Nations now, are trying to make her a Fulani woman planted by the Arab world and jihadists, politicians in Nigeria, all in the name to stop Biafra, to stop Nnamdi Kanu. They are trying now to push her to a campaign for the position of Secretary General to replace Antonio Guterres at the end of the day. But what we are seeing that American Donald Trump has already blocked that arrangement because her tenure is expiring by December, and another person that is going to come in is going to be pro Christian, and that's what is happening around the world now. You can see a lot of presidents that I imagine now, vice presidents, are from Christian political parties around the world. So there's no need, because the world is under serious threat now by the same people, and that's what the American government has said they are supporting. Nigeria is gradually winding up. I can tell you that the breakup is, it doesn't matter. What if you see the caliber of people, influencers, American influencers, Germans are beginning to wake up now. Sweden is already there, UK, there's a lot of things going on now around the world. And what the United Nations is waiting now is, any nation now any sovereign nation, that's what the international law, any sovereign nation now that recognizes Biafra, any sovereign nation that recognizes Biafra, and that is, final, and that is final. So Nnamdi Kanu's release is just now. I can tell you, it's just now. Nnamdi Kanu's release is just now. Yes, don't be surprised. Yes, let me just also remind you that Israel has been pointed clearly to take that lead, to go on that mission. Like the deputy speaker, and the woman in charge of Israeli security and foreign missions, as also you can see in that video where she was telling the delegates, that Biafra will be safe, that Biafra will be restored, Biafra will be safe, Biafra will be restored, and these are going to form a unanimous, push in the Knesset at the end of the day. It is, yes, a lot of people are saying it takes time, it do this, that. No, this is not where everybody will come and start, doing that. No, it's against the United Nations. The world will go against you. So, the best approach is this continuous push for diplomatic mission. It takes some time. If you are starting a vehicle, if you are starting, a bicycle, for instance, or even a vehicle, you move from gear 1 to 2, 3. Then at a time, even plane, at the point of taking off, you can't compare. But it will get to a point, it begin to cruise. It will get to a point. The global world will begin to see the need, the reality for that. And that's why we begin to have a lot of ties. Because they have checked everywhere. Biafra merited a sovereign nation, because we have all it takes we have the population, we have the geo zones, we have the maritime, we have the airspace, we have the manpower, we have the military, we have the police. We have already a running government, called Biafran government in SI, and we have a movement for international diplomacy, diplomatic moves and other, and which is what IPOB is doing under, DOS is doing under IPOB. So it's a big one ahead of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's, release.